Taylor Swift's world has always been about turning moments into movements, albums into eras, tours into global phenomena, songs into cultural touchstones. But now, one of the biggest questions hovering in her orbit is no longer about her music. It's about something far more intimate. In the newly released trailer for her upcoming docuseries, The End of an Era, it's not Taylor's voice we hear first, it's her mother's. Andrea Swift's rare public remark on Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, he brings a lot of happiness. And that line, short as it may be, might be the clearest turning point in Taylor's story yet. From the outside, Taylor and Travis's journey has been epic in its scale. But behind the headlines lies something deeper. The Eras Tour was the grand spectacle, a multi-continent, record-breaking tour that became more than a concert. It was a cultural moment, a lifestyle, a story of how one woman turned every era of her career into a chapter of her life. And within that story, the relationship with Travis Kelce threaded its way in. Football fields and stadiums, cameras and crowd roars, public spectacle and private moments. The trailer hints at that duality. Taylor tells Travis, in a moment of playful honesty, "We basically have the same job." He replies, "You've got teammates, I got teammates." She laughs, "You've got Coach Reed, I've got my mom." That little exchange says it all. Performance and partnership, spotlight and standing by. Both of them in high-pressure worlds where millions are watching. But the real pivot comes with Andrea's comment. For years, the Swift family has stood behind Taylor's artistry, her meteoric success, her reinventions, but they've stayed largely out of the romance spotlight. For Andrea to publicly voice her endorsement, however subtle, signals something new. He brings a lot of happiness. That's not just mom speak, that's release. That's runway from era to era. It's telling the world this isn't just another headline, this is a chapter. Let's rewind for context. In August 2025, Taylor and Travis announced their engagement, bridging the gap between pop icon and NFL superstar in a headline-grabbing move. Their relationship, which started in 2023, matured under an intense public glare. Taylor on stage performing to tens of thousands, Travis catching touchdowns on Sundays, both navigating adoration, criticism, pressure, and expectation. Yet the trailer now suggests the story hasn't been only about spectacle. It's about belonging, about family, about identity beyond fame. In one of the trailer's clearest frames, we see Travis in the arena of Taylor's world, backstage, in concert crowds, rehearsing skits, in moments she's used to controlling. And we see Taylor in his world, sideline seats at Arrowhead, standing with mom Andrea by his side, the football world meeting the music world. The title, The End of an Era, speaks to the closing of something monumental, the tour, the chapter, the Taylor Swift I knew. But as any great storyteller knows, the end of one era is the birth of the next. Consider the frequency. The tour ends, the docuseries begins, the relationship shifts, the family stance evolves. For the fans, the Swifties, and for football fans alike, this is a convergence. Taylor's art, Travis's game. Their bond does more than make headlines, it rewrites narrative. The presence of Andrea's voice in the trailer is a powerful signal of stability, of approval, of something more than fleeting. Let's dig into what Andrea's remark might really mean. One, it suggests that Taylor has found a person who complements her, not only in fame, but in humanity. Two, it indicates the Swift family's acceptance of that person, which in celebrity romances isn't always guaranteed. Three, it marks a shift from Taylor Swift in love to Taylor Swift with love rooted in family, team, identity. She isn't just the performer anymore, she's the partner, the collaborator in life, the one with a story beyond the stage. The public reaction reinforces the moment. Fans reposting the trailer frame, Mama Swift approved, trending on social feeds. Sports commentators noting that the relationship has matured from speculative to meaningful. Pop culture magazines analyzing the visual cues. Travis seated in a place of respect. Mama Andrea smiling genuinely. Taylor relaxed. In the world of celebrity narrative, control is everything. Taylor has always controlled her story. With this docuseries, she's opening it up. The result? Intimacy, vulnerability, authenticity. And that authenticity matters because we're not just talking about a romance. We're talking about two high-stakes domains, music and sport, colliding. Taylor at her peak, wrapping up the biggest tour of her career, Travis in his prime on the gridiron, multiple Super Bowls, massive platform. Their worlds have rarely overlapped in depth until now. The question becomes, what happens when the performer meets the player? When the arena meets the stadium? When the spotlight shares a stage? The trailer gives us clues. Taylor in retirement mode backstage, Travis in mid-game mode. Their dialogues about teammates, coaches, mothers, their lives reflect each other more than you think. And Andrea's presence cements the idea that the relationship isn't just public relations, it's personal. Of course, the journey hasn't been without its whispers. Schedules that strain relationships, fame that shadows privacy, tours that dominate life. But now we see them shifting. The phrase end of an era takes on layered meaning. The end of Taylor's world, as she's known it. The end of being only Taylor Swift the star. The end of the story as outsiders turn the page. What follows is the next era. Taylor the partner. Taylor the collaborator. Taylor the person. What should we watch for when the full series drops? Firstly, how much of Travis Kelce appears? Is he merely cameo or is he co-narrative? Secondly, how deeply Andrea Swift features. The mother's voice has rarely been this loud. Thirdly, how Taylor frames her identity going forward. Is this a fade out of spectacle or a rise into new terrain? Finally, what the reaction will be, both from fans used to narrative control and from critics used to reading Taylor's life as art. Let's close by zeroing in on that singular line again. Travis Kelce, he brings a lot of happiness. In the grand design of Taylor Swift's career, she's made songs about heartbreak, reinvention, fame, fear, love. She's made tours about identity, eras about transformation. For Andrea to say this of Travis is to shift the narrative from past eras to future promise. It's to whisper, this is someone who matters. This is someone who stays. The end of an era isn't just the title of a series. It's the tagline for the bridge Taylor is crossing. The chapter ending is visible, the next one is emerging. And it begins with a rare mother's voice, a superstar fiancé, and a pop icon unguarded. If you want the full breakdown of the trailer, the hitting references, the symbols and the visuals, and what it all means for Taylor, Travis, and the Swift family, head to the full video below. We'll dive deep into every layer, every hint, and every potential twist. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more celebrity updates just like this.